Okay. There we are. Okay, there we go. There we go. It looks like there's some type lag or delay. I'm not sure what's going on with that. There we are. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. And then I'm just going to open the comments back up. I think I'm going to like StreamYard once I get used to it. Somebody's telling everyone Grand Rising. Let me go back and see who came in that I didn't get a chance to speak to yet. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. I am. It's just cold where I am. I left the house early this morning because I knew CDW. Thank you. How are you this morning? I knew that we're going to get snow or something sometime. And it shouldn't be terrible because we're not going to get a lot. But in Charlotte, they're never ready for it. They don't have a lot of plows and they try to fake like we're going to be all prepared and then we're not. And then a lot of the drivers are not used to the snowy weather. So I just try to avoid it as much as I can. But I was out early this morning. Everything's clear so far. It's just really cold. It's 21 degrees. So if we get any of that rain that they think we're going to get, it's going to be snow. It's going to be ice. Angela A, good morning. How are you, Angela A? Are you feeling well? You feeling good? Angela A is another one of the people I will get to see next weekend. I'm so excited about it. This is my first StreamYard. It started out very rough. If someone can help me edit, I think one of my nieces, I'll tag her in. She's supposed to be in my city this weekend, so I'll edit out like the rough part at the beginning. But Team Replay and everybody that comes in after, thank you. I'm so glad for everybody being here. I'm just going to do a couple of impromptu hot topics, and then if the chat has anything we want to talk about, we'll talk. But I'm doing my Kamala Harris shirt this weekend. It's not even the weekend yet. That little girl was me from her debate with VP at the time, Biden. She was dragging him about, he used to be for segregation or busing or something like that. And she let him know that little girl was me. That was a picture of her when she was bused in her city. So the more things change, the more they stay the same. And she did such a good job at that debate. He ended up picking her as his vice president. She was one of my hot topics. And so that's another reason why I wanted to honor her today. I didn't speak about her on Monday because I was still a little annoyed at everything that went on with her Monday during the swearing in. Everybody doing okay today? Toot Latrice. Toot Latrice. Oh, if there's anybody in the chat that will be interested in being a moderator, I have the wonderful Linda Gamble, who I'm so honored that is a moderator. But I do need a few because, as you all know, we all like to pop in and out. So if I do an impromptu live, I like to have more than one moderator. So if you're interested in receiving a wrench, because I recognize everybody in here, and I'm on subscribers only mode, just put a 1 in the chat at some point, and I'm happy to mod you up. The only thing is I'll try to put it on subscribers only. I think it's there now, but eventually I will open it up. And the only thing I don't like is slurs or any type name calling or, of course, curse words. So if the filter doesn't pick it up, the mods will pick it up. And in a minute, I'm going to try to share my screen. Thank you, Mama Bees. Let me hook Mama Bees up right now while I can think about it. Then begin speaking to Cece, her niece. Okay. I just lost your comment. The layout between Mama Bees, do me a favor. If you'll just leave a heart or a 1 in the chat after this live too, what I'll do is, if I'm not able to give you a wrench now, I can give it after. But I think if I press the star, because the layout from this is actually different than YouTube. But what I'm going to do, thank you for that, Mama Bees, though I appreciate it. I'm going to share my screen and get started on some of the hot topics, just little things that interested me this morning as I went through my review of the news. Okay, I'm going to try Nothing's changed yet. Shift. Oh, I see. Nothing has changed. Good morning, Toot. She's a good mod. Toot, will you accept the wrench as well? We have Mama Bees, we have Linda Gamble, and we will have Toot. And that'll be great for this one live, but you'll keep it going forward. Sunshine Rays, I'm so glad you get to catch one of my lives too. Hello. Hello. Everybody's being really patient because unfortunately, I'm not trained on StreamYard. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to change it to where I'm going to be sharing my screen. So when I go in and show you the topics that we'll be talking about, it'll actually already have it in here. Okay, I think that does it. And then I'm going to add. And this live, this is probably just going to be a live. TKO 2890 Roblox player. Hello, how are you? One Crafty Sister, good morning. Good morning. I may not leave this one up if I'm not able to edit out. Okay, I'm going to put this in and share screen. And save. Okay, that still has me in there. Excuse me, everybody. Why do they have poor President Obama sitting beside Orange? Cece, is this President Carter's funeral? Does anybody have President Carter's funeral up? I didn't know that that was today. I knew he was still laying in state. I'm going to pull it up and see. And it's, oh, it is. They say he smells too, Orange, the incoming. And I believe it too. Anybody that's that ignorant and mean, I think they would smell. And then there's other things as far as his hygiene. Trump is chatting up Obama. Sunshine Rays says, yeah, he had 14 likes. Thank you, Linda Gamble, and 18 in the chat. Thank you. Let's have the lives match the chat, and I would appreciate that so much. Watching Linda Gamble's watching it on CNN. My sister Sylvia S. coming. Hello, Sil. Thank you. The wrench is the moderators. I had talked to you and a few other people about being moderators, where once I open up the chat and anybody will be able to come in instead of just subscribers and make comments. I would like any troll type comments, any swear words and things like that to be taken out. And this is a new way of me streaming. This is StreamYard, which is new to me. So I'm kind of learning on the job, which I don't love to do in front of everybody because it's a little awkward. But what I want to do is that when I share my hot topics, I was in a position where I'm like sharing my phone. So I want to get away from that and get to where I'm sharing on the screen. But in order to do that, I have to like have the hands-on practice because that's the type person I am. And Sylvia S, that wrench by your name, that means you're already a moderator. And then I have a few more people in here that I'm going to make a moderator. Mama Bees was accepting the wrench. And also I'm going to have two Latrice do that as well. Okay, if I'm not able to do that during this live, what we'll do, but I would appreciate it. Mama Bees and Toot Latrice, just make like a heart or a team replay or something like that. And then I can do it once I pull up the live after this. American Born, how are you doing? Glad to see you down in the chat. As you can see, I'm streaming now on StreamYard. We haven't really talked about anything yet other than Jimmy Carter is laying in, he's resting. He's there at his funeral. I'm going to read a couple of comments. CC, none of the former presidents said hi to Orange or his wife. Obama only said something because he's sitting beside him, but he walked past them to speak to the others. Child, Kamala didn't speak. Kamala shouldn't speak. That was one of my clips I'm trying to pull up when that old Klan member snubbed her. She's doing her job, which they refused to do the time they lost. Who said that? Good morning at Sandra P and everyone. Good morning. Who said that? I'm glad you made the live. How are you this morning? It's cold where I am. It's 21 degrees in a place we're not really used to it. So we're just having hot topics. I'm trying to get to a point where I'm going to change the layout on the screen, but StreamYard is not allowing me to change it while I'm online. But I'm still working on that. We can still talk about it. Now I do see how to highlight comments. American Born Weekend, because we're 22 minutes in. I apologize for taking your time and not being able to get the presentations to work. But I know where everything is at now. So what I'm going to do is I'll do a private live at some point and practice that way. But we'll go through, because I don't think anything showed from what I was doing. Siri, turn off all notifications. Okay, so what we're going to do, we'll just go through. This is the first part of the news. I'm going to let it play twice.
Thank you. Okay, so much. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Ready?
I'm going to let it play through a couple times.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thanks. You're welcome. Okay, sure. That makes a little bit. Okay, so much. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for your work. Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Thanks. You're welcome. Okay, sure. That makes a little bit. Okay, so much. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much. Thank you. Congratulations.
She shakes her hand. That's a senator. She was reelected.
Thank you.
That's the husband.
You're welcome. Okay, sure.
That's the vice president. She's going to stand there for the picture anyway.
So much.
Look at Kamala Harris.
1, 2, and 3. Hold it. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Thank you very much. Thank you.
What do y'all think about that? I don't know if I could have stood there with them after that and took that picture. Sunshine Rays. I'm going to have to highlight Sunshine Rays' comment while I read it. Mama Bees want to know why Joe Biden is sleeping. Because he's old, Mama Bees. That's why they wouldn't let him run for re-election either. This is during his nap time and it's wrong. American Born says, just rude. Sunshine Rays, his nasty, trifling ass did not shake the vice president's hand. They show the ignorance everywhere they go. He should be ashamed of himself. I agree, Sunshine Rays. And then he did that on his wife's job. And she has to work with these people before the world. And he's a professor at University of Nebraska. And he's getting a lot of complaints. People wanting him to step down. Because imagine how he is in his classes. So this crew, I don't know where they get that from. It's still in them. If she's so beneath him, she's the vice president. She's so beneath you, you can't even look at her and shake her hand. What does that say about you as an old man in your role as a professor? Why are you intimidated by this woman? You can't even look at her, let alone shake her hand. That was really triggering and disgusting. I've seen them do things like that over the years, and I'm never shocked, but it never ceases to just kind of deflate me a little bit when it happens. And I think maybe that's the goal. So at some point, I'm 54, but at some point I'll get to a point where I don't care, but I still care for her, because that look on her face when she caught wind of, okay, she said, really? Or something like that, she said. And then her smile came back. That I know when she got in the back room, she was probably cussing, because I would have been. That was disgraceful. It is. It's just rude. If it was reversed and Kamala did that, she would have been thrown out. I'm sick of these bigots. Sunshine Rays, I am too. And it's always a two-way street. They were complimenting, oh, look how smoothly the transition is going and all of this. That's because we accept election results, unlike the other side. That's why everything's going smoothly. Cynthia Christian, good morning. How are you today? She's speaking to Diamond Diva Honeybee. Sharon Goppo. Good morning, Sharon Goppo. How are you? She's speaking to the chat, everybody. Sylvia S. Sad and foolish. Demonic, actually, and obvious ignorance. It is demonic. We've seen that there's a demonic spirit. I don't want to get too philosophical, but we can all feel something being unleashed, not just in this country, but probably in the world. And we're going to have to really, everybody be prayed up and the ones that you don't believe in it, just whatever you need to believe in to kind of just protect ourselves and protect the people that are unable to protect themselves, the vulnerable, like those little babies that are in the news this week. I'm not going to cover that. A lot of people are covering that. I spoke on it briefly. Tea Talk with Your Girl, one of my sisters, did the story this morning. Glam Rocks, another sister, did the story this morning. Glam Rocks in the medical field. And Tea Talk with Your Girl is ushering in a few new grandchildren that are on the way. So it's terrifying when you think about the vulnerable. Because Kamala Harris can take care of herself. That's one thing. But you think about a little NICU baby, and some of these demons are going after the most vulnerable. This is a terrifying time to be alive. It really is. We're blessed to be here, but it's also terrifying. I'm going to read a few more comments. Sharon Gobble said that was terrible. Just a sign of things to come. I think so. I think when they said they want their country back, I think they want to revert to a time when they were able to do things like that and get to a point where they could put hands and feet on people. But it's a different time. It's not going to go well for anybody. It's certainly not going to go the way they think it would go. So we'll see what's going to happen with that. I'm going to switch to some happier news. Let me see what else I have in here. We'll do a few more topics because I appreciate you. We're almost at a half hour, and I've been learning mainly. Oh, here's something that is going to be perfect to talk about. We know who this is. Let me see if I can. Wait a minute. I'm going to let the music play, too. Take this comment down. This is Melody Cherie. I'm going to take the comment down so you can see that. What this is, those of us who are millimeters or supporters of the lovely Melody Cherie Rogers, she has a Shaking the Heavens Universal 24-hour fast. And there's something going around. So you can always modify a fast. So the goal is 24 hours. Is January 13th, 2025. Siri, what day is January 13th? I think it's a Monday. She's saying it's Monday. Okay, it's Monday. So there's going to be a conference call. There is an access code. And I'm going to pin that comment at the end so that we'll have the information. There's a scripture that we can meditate on, Jeremiah 17:7. That's the new international version. But with whichever scripture resonates with you, use that one. But it's Jeremiah 17:7. Trust in God. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. So this universal 24-hour fast, we've seen, it's called Shaking the Heavens, because we've seen that when the lovely Melody Cherie and her mama Van, who is a prayer warrior, when they have those fasts, a lot of things start to move. A lot of the demons become very disturbed, and they really go wild. And it's a little scary, but we're prepared to fight. We're prepared to fight off the demons, and it's unleashed in the air and the atmosphere, and it's something that we're going to be fighting against. So everybody is going to take part in that fast, or at least the prayer call, or at least partial, or maybe no sweets, just however you need to alter it. Because I'll be traveling at the end of next week, so I know that I'm not going to fast for 24 hours, but I may have a goal of doing half the day and see how that works with me. And then I'm going to pin comment. One of my moderators and my sister, Sylvia S., put in Jeremiah 17:7 is a universal 24-hour fast. And then I'm going to go ahead. I will put in, this is going to be a conference call. And I'm going to go ahead and pin my comment after. And if you want to follow, this is the Money Making Melody _fan page that actually has this. And then I don't have Melody's IG in front of me, but if you follow her there, it actually will give you the information as well. But I'm going to put it in this chat. So if that's something that you're interested in doing, please join us in doing that. And I'll put in the access code. Now, remember, she is Central Standard Time. So if you're on the East Coast, it's going to be an hour later. And then I'm going to place a comment in here, and then I'm going to pin my own comment so that you'll have the information if you are not on IG. And I'm going to try to pull up some non-triggering stuff, some fun stuff, just for the rest of the live because we're almost done. Okay, this is
Mufasa. Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa. What? Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa.
That's the new Mufasa.
Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Get it. Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Say it again. Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Eric, Pierre, that's Mufasa.
Do you ladies know who that is? He's a Nigerian British actor. I can't remember his name, but he's playing the new Mufasa. Jennifer Hudson has something called the Spirit Tunnel. When they come onto her talk show, her staff lines up down the hallway and they have some kind of song that's related to the person's project or their name, or it could be the person's own song that's remixed, and they start to welcome them in down the Spirit Tunnel to get them kind of hyped up to go on the stage with J Hud. It's very popular. And sometimes we'll see certain ones going through, they'll give a little step, and it's always a lot of fun. So that always puts a smile on my face. I love that. That is Jennifer Hudson, the Spirit Tunnel. Let's see what else. Who said that is smiling? That puts a smile on your face. It really does. Sylvia, I saw that one. Eric Pierre. Yeah, I think Aaron Pierre. Aaron Pierre, that is his name. Beautiful young man. He seemed like he's really polite and sweet too. Okay, let's see. We still have 14 people live. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'm going to try to edit because I feel badly about how that started out. But okay, let's see. Oh, here's good news. Biden administration moves to block medical debt from credit report, offering relief to millions. So that's good news. If anybody had medical debt on their credit report, this was a done deal because this might be an old article, but this is actually a done deal. This has been approved. So the rule is part of broader efforts to help Americans burdened by medical bills due to illness or injury. Vice President Kamala Harris has long advocated for medical debt relief, calling the rule life-changing for millions, noting it will help people qualify for loans. Approximately 15 million Americans owe around $49 billion in medical debt. Medical debt, you or a family member, sick or recovering, something happens and that ends up on your credit report. So now they're going to ban medical debt from being on the credit report. So that's something that's going to help a lot of people. So that's amazing. That's really good news. And I have a beautiful family picture of, this is Wendy, Dr. Wendy Osefo, Eddie, and their gorgeous children. They're in Nigeria. They've been there since the new year. That's Dr. Wendy's beautiful family. Real Housewives of Potomac is her current project. That's her show. And she actually, they have been nominated for an Image Award this year, NAACP Image Award. I don't love that because this season is one of the most ratchet seasons, thanks to Mia. Mia with her husband and boyfriend being featured. And now she's broken up with the boyfriend, is back with the husband. And she's been dragging her husband, G, and his medical condition all season long. But this is the year they get nominated for an award, which I don't love that. Does anybody watch Real Housewives of Potomac? I'm not a dedicated viewer. I watch it on and off. I don't review it at all. But I do like Dr. Wendy. I've always liked Dr. Wendy. I find her so brilliant. She's really smart and high achieving, hardworking, American born. How do we get help with old medical bills? I have some from many years ago. American born. I don't know how that is going to work. If they're on your credit report, it sounds like those are just going to be wiped away from your credit report, or it shouldn't count against you. As far as the old medical bills, I'm not sure. I would speak to, if you have a credit union or a bank or someone that you could call and ask about that. And I'll look up some information, and when we get on another live, we could talk about that again, because that's a recurring issue for a lot of people. Sharon Gobble said, I love Dr. Wendy and her family. I do too, to Sharon Gobble. I was so disappointed in Dr. Wendy, the season that Mia was on trying to make a splash and she threw her drink in Dr. Wendy's face. because Wendy was reading her. Wendy got a quick mouth. She's very smart. And her and Mia were doing insults back and forth. Mia couldn't keep up and threw a drink into Dr. Wendy's face, then stood up with a big clutch purse and tried to hit Wendy in her face. I think Mia's jealous of Dr. Wendy. And I was so upset about that because Wendy ended up forgiving her later and they're still friends. I wouldn't have a friend like that. I don't like Mia at all. I wish that this could be her last season. But I do love Dr. Wendy and Eddie. They're my favorite couples on Real Housewives of Potomac. Also, honorable mention to Ray and Karen, the Grand Dame. She's going through some issues with that DUI. But Ray, I really like how he showed up for her. He came to the scene. Karen was drunk as a skunk and talking. I'm like, Karen, be quiet. Don't you watch Law and Order? And Ray was like, oh, she might have had a couple of beers. He was trying to clean it up. Poor Ray. And he's a senior. He was out in the middle of the night trying to see about Karen. Everybody's speaking to each other. American Born said, thank you, Sylvia S. Oh, she's giving it information. Let me see what she says. She knows a lot about credit. Check your credit report and flag them. There's a process you can go through to get them removed. And then American Born thanked her. That was about the old medical debt. Some of that stuff should fall off after an amount of time, but they cheat and they'll leave the stuff on there. American Born, she may be gone after all the stuff this season at Sharon Gobble. American Born, I hope Mia can go. She's not a good image for Black women. And then they say, well, Mia be lying. But if she is lying, why would you lie about something like that, making yourself look terrible, lying about your child's paternity? You don't know who the child's father is. This is your husband. If you're in a marriage, that man is deemed to be the father legally. So I don't care for Mia at all. Linda Gamble said Mia's going to have to answer questions at the reunion. She is. Then she's probably going to get first chair to Andy. Andy's not as bad as Carlos King, in my opinion, but Andy likes the mess just as much as anybody else. Who said that? Said, who you, child? I'm sure Coleslaw like that dental bill removed. She would. Coleslaw is somebody on the show that we all watch. Well, she's not even on the show. How could I make that slip? This is a lady that has been surrounding in drama of the show, and she's never been on the show. We heard her voice one season, and then Kimmy, I'm disappointed in Kimmy, is the one character to ever mention this person's name. But she's had on braces about a decade or so. Her boyfriend can no longer pay to get them. And he said he's not her boyfriend. He doesn't claim her, so let me not say that. Her child's father has not been able to have them removed. I need my readers because these are distance and I'm on and off with them because I can't see. American Born. They don't like when the public turns on them and it's not cute anymore. No, it's not. That's the thing about the reality show people. They love it. When they're loved, they love it. And then when they do something and people let them know what it is and we're no longer pleased with them and we let them know that also, then they want their privacy. They don't want that this is out of bounds, that's out of bounds. Why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about that? Like Kimmy and Maurice on the show we watch, Love and Marriage Huntsville. Kimmy's in every scene speaking about somebody else, usually Melody, the creator of the show and the lead of the show, and her ex-husband, Martell, speaking about them. But if you say anything about Kimmy and her husband, who recently had a DUI in the news, in their local news and in national news, and I don't care if it was thrown out on a technicality, someone saw this man and he was in a drunk tank for the whole night and released not until that afternoon. So Kimmy doesn't want to talk about that. She's confused as to why Melody's bringing that up. So you're right, American Born, that's true. It's a double standard, that's what they do. And she asks Linda Gamble, they're going to tear her up at the reunion. I hope they do. I'm surprised Giselle let her get away. Those of you that watched it, they said that they cut some of it, but we could tell that Dr. Wendy, all the ladies were around, and Mia was speaking about Giselle's 3 daughters and called them out of their name, called them garden tools. Now, that's Pastor Jamal Bryant and Giselle's children from their marriage. He's remarried. But I had not cared for Giselle in the past. She's doing pretty good this season because she doesn't have her sidekick, Robin, to be a mean girl with. But Giselle's doing okay this season. I don't know how she let Wendy get away with calling her children out of their name. And I believe that that's true because I've heard it from more than one source. And Bravo TV on their site is said that Wendy and Giselle both asked them to cut that out. And they cut that part out, but they do leave a little bit of the argument in. So that's totally out of line. They always say children are off limits. And there's no reason for Giselle's daughters to be mentioned in a negative way. Those are lovely, lovely girls. I love them. I think their name is Grace and Mercy, something like that. They have really pretty names. They're not biblical names, but they're some type of name that are. I have to think of the daughter's 3 names. But that's the best part of Giselle. Everybody likes her when she's mothering. Sharon Garbo said, "I thought Giselle." This is a lag time when that shows up. I thought Giselle would handle her, but I guess she doesn't want to push too much. Sharon Garbold, I think that's what it is. Maybe she feels like, because Giselle could read Mia down about that. Giselle does not play about those girls usually, and she could handle that situation with words. She's not a fighter, but for some reason, Mia's allowed to get away with a lot. So that's surprising. Not Wendy, it was Mia. Thank you, Mama Bees. I kept misspeaking. When I saw that picture of Wendy and her beautiful family, I kept bringing up Wendy, but Mia misspoke and called Giselle's daughter out of their name. Here's someone new in the chat that I had not seen this morning. I didn't speak to. T. Lee, how are you this morning? Thank you for joining the chat. Angel, Adore, and Grace. Thank you. That is Angel, Adore, and Grace. That Grace is the oldest, and then the twins are Angel and Adore. And we saw those little girls grew up on that show. And Grace is away at college, I believe, and the other 2 just graduated, and they're on their way. So Giselle, love her or hate her, she's done a wonderful job with those 3 beautiful young ladies. I love them, and they hold Giselle's feet to the fire. They tease her so much. And she has to have a sense of humor because I've never seen her get upset or feel embarrassed or anything when those little girls are getting on her. They keep her honest, kind of like Allura used to keep Dr. Heavenly honest. Sharon Galbo, Sandra P. I'll click on it and then I can't see it to read. Let's see. Okay, Sandra P., I need an article that Robin already quit Traders. Oh, you read an article that Robin already quit Traders? You know what, Sharon Gobble? I was looking at a preview for Traders and it featured everyone but Robin. And I didn't know why, but I can imagine that she would. I think Robin's lazy. I don't know what's going on with Robin, but I think she's lazy. I thought she would shine in that environment because the housewives do pretty well over there. They have Chanel Ayan. And then they have a lot of Survivor people that I'm not familiar with. I do know Boston Mike because Boston Rob's been able to win a few seasons of Survivor. They always invite him back because they like him. American Born said all 3 girls are at college. Those girls are beautiful. They are American Born. That is one thing Jamal Bryant and Giselle did right. Everybody can agree on the Giselle's 3 beautiful daughters. Yeah, Traders is a show I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to review that one. So that is coming up. American Born's laughing at what Sharon Gobble said. And then let's see. American Born, I can't wait to get Mia at the reunion. Neither. I'm waiting for that. She deserves it. Then the Gamble said, Mr. Holt better get a DNA test on the 5th, allegedly. He might as well, Linda Gamble, but that's not going to end well for Slaw. If that ends up not being his child, this man has lost his whole family over that. He might have already lost Melody, but that was probably the straw that broke the camel's back from what we were able to see of the demise of their marriage. That was the straw. And then if Miles Morales is not his, that's going to be a problem. That whole situation is so messy, and she's not shown any type remorse, humbling herself, none of that. And that usually I'll have a grace for women, but this is one that I've not been able to find a soft spot for or give her any grace or credit for any activity that's honorable, because she always manages to go super low, stay low, get down in the gutter, go a little bit lower, and then dig some more. Terrible, terrible person. I just pray Paris and Miles Morales get the best of what the other parent has to give, because that young lady, I think she's a succubus. I think she's a true demon. And I blame the Scott brothers too. All the information coming out about them and the things that they've been doing with this young lady, it's terrible. It's terrible. But you can reach a point where a person is just a degenerate, and I think that's her. I saw the preview of Traders. It looks interesting. Yeah, Linda Gamble. It looks interesting. I'm going to review that. I started. It's only in its third season, but I watched season 2, and that was a good one. They had housewives on there that did really well. Phaedra was a standout on season 2, so I'm looking forward to season 3 and see what happens with that. Let's see. Oh, we've been getting ready to end this. I'm going to start. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to try to find one more palette cleansing topic, something that's positive, and then I'm going to end this live. And I thank you for everyone's patience while I was going through all of the growing pains. But now that I know I have StreamYard and the capability of sharing the screen and all this, we'll see things move a lot more smoothly. I'm going to try to find something that's funny, or maybe not funny, but okay. I think I didn't speak positively of Dr. Jackie last week, so I'm going to show it, Dr. Jackie. Pretty girls walk like this. I'm gonna let it replay. I'm gonna take the comment down so we can see her really good. Pretty girls walk like this. That's Dr. Jackie. This. I reviewed Married to Medicine. I haven't been able to be favorable to Dr. Jackie, but she had a kind of a funny week last episode. They had knocked her down, and she, luckily, she wasn't injured because Dr. Jackie is 60 plus. And we saw her, she kind of scaled back her schedule a little, but she is in the office for like high priority patients or some of her famous patients, or if someone is going through a problem pregnancy, she does come into the office for that. But her and Curtis, part of their problem, he was saying that she's not home enough. So she's not even retired, but getting ready to spend less time. So that's her just doing a little runway, cute walk in the morning. It looked like she's still in her robe at her house. Committed to the journey. Thank you for stopping in. How are you this morning? I appreciate you stopping in. Linda Gamble, I believe all the Scott brothers smashed coleslaw. I believe that too. I think that's terrible. They're a bunch of degenerates, all those M's. Martell, he's not their brother, but he's been around them long enough. Maurice is the oldest, and then they got Mark, and I wonder if Mark, the brother from the woods, is he older than Maurice? All of them are degenerates. Terrible, terrible people. Committed to the journey, speaking to mods in chat. You're doing great. Thank you so much. I'm improving as I go along. I've had so much encouragement from my sisters that are on YouTube with me, and then my real sisters that help me a lot. So thank you all so much. And I have a great group of subs, and then I'm growing my subs slowly but surely, which is what I want to do. So I appreciate the way that I'm coming along and people are helping me and being so patient. I'll say that, patient. I love that. American Born, she doesn't want to show Curtis. Oh, was Sharon Gobble or American asking where we're asking where Curtis was? She doesn't want to show Curtis. Yeah, I don't know why they say he spends a lot of time in the Dominican Republic still, allegedly, and in my opinion, I've read that. But I think that they said he was building some type of resort there, or maybe he purchased one or something, that he gave some type of reason for why he's there, other than why we've known Curtis to be places in the past. So that's supposed to be my last item, but bringing up Curtis kind of tainted it. I didn't like the way he made Dr. Jackie look on TV. Okay, let me see one more. Oh, here's a positive one, because I had to talk bad about Dr. Heavenly last week. This is Zach. This is a sneak peek. Zach's going to medical school.
I wanted you to be the first to know. How's it going, Dr. Sloan? Don't forget to very much. Money from all of us. The cash. Money? I don't need any money. Thank you so much. I don't need any money. Are you getting all of it? We need money. Do you know what your tuition is? We need some money. They got money. Words cannot express how proud I am of my baby boy, Zachary. He graduated from UGA, and I've been his mentor. All right, baby, you want to put on your mask and your eyewear before you do anything to the patient, okay?
Okay, let's do it again then.
All right, let's do it again. He's been accepted to Meharry Medical College, and he's going off to dental school. To my alma mater, my husband's alma mater. So we're going to have a dinner today to just celebrate Zachary.
Don't ever say that, Zachary.
Okay, if you need money, your aunts and uncles giving you money, take it. Take the money. Ask for some more. We're going to leave the guys down here, Zachary. You stay down here with the guys,
That's
okay?
just a repeat. That is Dr. Heavenly's son, Zachary. I love all of Dr. Heavenly's kids. We don't see Damon Jr. that much. He's out of the house, but Alora has always been one of my favorites. And then Zachary, did you see his sweet spirit? I don't need any money. What college age child says that? And congratulations that he is getting into Meharry. He got into Meharry Medical. And that's where Dr. Damon went, and that's where Dr. Heavenly went. He's going to be a dentist. So Dr. Heavenly can't be all bad. I have to talk bad about her sometime, but she cannot be all bad. And then the way she speaks to her children is just, she's a different person. I hope she's acting when she's doing all that your mama stuff. I still don't like it. But that is so sweet. I love that. American Born Heavenly did say her kids have got her building their own lab to bring down the cost. That is amazing. That's really smart. That is really smart. A lot of younger people have really good ideas. Sharon Gobble, Curtis has been over there long enough to build a whole town. Sharon Gobble, he has. When's he? American Born is laughing at Sharon. So when's he coming back? And American Born I have a question about Allura. Her daughter's going into dentistry as well. Yes, she is. And Linda Gamble says it's allegedly that Heavenly and Dr. Damon is separated. Allegedly. That might be true. Linda Gamble. I think that is true. That could be Dr. Heavenly's sore spot when anybody mentions anything about Damon. Maybe it's not cheating if he's already out of the house. He's been in that man cave for years. So maybe that works for them. But and I don't have a problem with however a couple makes it work or not work. I don't care about it. But you're on a reality show and you're constantly speaking about other women and their marriages, then that put yours up for discussion. And I don't care how low down you get once we bring it up. Bottom line. And we are right at almost 55 minutes. I thank you all for stopping by. I hope everybody stays warm wherever they are in the country because we're going under a deep freeze. It's cold everywhere. So be safe, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping in. And again, Mama Bees, if you're still here or not, Toot Latrice, just put a heart or something in the comments and I can make you a moderator that way. And anybody else, just let me know. American Born, thank you. I'll see you. Linda Gamble, Mama Bees, Sharon Gobble. I'm going to see everybody in the YouTube streets because I'm home today. Like I said, I'm trying to lay low, stay in. I had to leave this morning, but I'm going to make sure I come down with nothing before our trip and I get around the other ladies and we get out and about. We go outside. Okay, thank you. So I'm going to end this. This is at a different place, so I got to even find this. Have a great day, everybody.